Hi, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Our devotion for today, July 28th, is from the book of Acts, the 12th chapter, verses 18 through 23. Verse 18 and following. Now when day came, there was no little disturbance among the soldiers over what had happened to Peter. And after Herod searched for him and did not find him, he examined the sentries and ordered that they should be put to death. And then he went down from Judea to Caesarea and spent time there. Peter had been freed from his imprisonment by the angel of the Lord. He returned to where the other disciples were staying and recounted his story. When Herod asked for Peter to be brought to him, and they discovered that he was gone from the prison, Herod interrogated his sentries and then ordered them to be put to death. He was an evil and violence-prone king, much like his father before him. Herod then leaves to go down to Caesarea. Verse 20, Now Herod was angry with the people of Tyre and Sidon, which are cities near Caesarea. And they came to him with one accord, and having persuaded Blastus, the king's chamberlain, they asked for peace because their country depended on the king's country for food. We are told that Herod was angry with the people of Tyre and Sidon. Because the people were dependent on Herod's food, they were eager, of course, to make peace with Herod. This was a smart thing for them to do. They sought out the king's chamberlain. A chamberlain was a eunuch and the king's personal servant, and they sought out the king's chamberlain to influence him so that he might whisper to the king that they would like to meet. Verse 21 and following, On the appointed day, Herod put on his royal robes, took his seat upon the throne, and delivered an oration to them. And the people were shouting, "The voice of a God and not of a man." Immediately an angel of the Lord struck him down, because he did not give God the glory, and he was eaten by worms and breathed his last. So on the day the people were to meet with Herod, he put on his royal robes and sat on his throne, and he spoke to them as a king. And the people listened, and they began shouting that Herod's words were the voice of a God and not the voice of a man. Because Herod did not stop them from praising him and redirect the praise to God, an angel of the Lord came and struck Herod down, and he died and was eaten by the worms of the ground. It's interesting to note that there was a man who was both man and God, who is a king of Israel, and Herod wouldn't do anything to save him. He sent him back to Pilate to be crucified, and that, of course, was Jesus. Now, he's all dressed out like a king, and it can't even save him from death. We've seen before that we need to be careful about taking the glory of God for ourselves. And for this reason, it can be fatal. Give God the glory and the praise. Keep none of it for yourself. Go in peace, serve the Lord.